I've spent $59,118 worth of Frost Stars in Whiteout Survival in 210 days. I'm going to be doing a little prestige spinner wheel tonight because I feel like there's not a lot else to do on the account tonight. And I did want to wait till I was at 2 million, but I think I'm just going to do it a million at a time maybe. So we're at 1 million. We're going to do this tonight. But before I do that, I want to talk about something that is a little bit on the, I don't know, this is like state social stuff going on, like politics and stuff. I want to talk about this event that has caused a lot of drama in a lot of states. And man, when I see it in the comments, I see it in transfer chat, I see lots of different opinions. I've been playing the game for a while now. I'm starting to form my own opinions. And this one's a complicated one for me because on the one hand, I do understand how some people say that, like, you know, that there's these, I don't know, what do I want to call them, like pacifist states where basically they never do anything special with brother in arms. And I can see as a state evolves, that's kind of where you want to evolve to. But I want you to ask yourself why this feature even exists in the game. Why did they give this to us? What is the intent? Are they trying to cause all the drama, the game developers? I don't think so. I think what they're trying to do is give us an opportunity to purge players that otherwise wouldn't be purged. And it's like, you know, whether it's because, you know, they're on the outskirts or they're not active, or I can think of a lot of reasons. The problem is it gets difficult to discern and you don't always get it right. So I think I talked recently about the fact that we dropped down from a NAP 4 to a NAP 3. I don't want to get into all the drama of that. Maybe I'll do that on my podcast some point because it is actually quite interesting, the story. I just don't want to get into the drama because there's a lot of like misinformation going on. And actually one of the leaders is the leader of that alliance is blaming me and I'm just the messenger. It's a classic shoot the messenger situation because all the top 3 alliances had this discussion together. We all made decisions together. We're all friendly with each other. We're all getting along well. We're playing well for SVS. We're having a good time. It's just that, like, there were some things done and some transgressions made that, you know, we couldn't look the other way. And we decided to drop to a top 3 because it would be better for the state. So as a result of that, what happened is during BIA, we told people to try their best not to affect active players, but you can't always get it right. Sometimes it's hard to tell. And then I understand some people, like, they have jobs or they work and they can't get the bubble up on time. And I don't know. We have also told people in the past, like, hey, if you're in that situation, reach out to us and tell us. We'll signal across the state, like, please don't touch this player. And we actually had a player who did that before, and we did exactly that. We kind of protected them. We kept them in a safe zone, even though they didn't have their bubble up. So we try as the best we can when we are given the knowledge. But other than that, I mean, there were some people who just went crazy, you know, zeroing out cities and stuff like that. They probably went a little too far. But again, it's BIA. They're not in a NAP. Like, what are you going to do? Take the fun away? The argument on the other side of this equation is people are saying, like, hey, this is a game. This is a feature of the game. Why are you taking my fun away from me? Like, that's a feature of the game that gave us this event. Why are you taking my fun away from me? So it's hard to be on any one side of this equation. My opinion of it is that I don't particularly like participating in Brother in Arms that much, except for when it's state versus state, because then it's the other state you're going against. But like, and it's, you know, at that point, it's not really Brother in Arms. It's like the battle phase, but it's a similar thing. You got like the attacking cities. I think maybe that's why the game did it as well, just to kind of have you like prepare for what's coming in SVS. But, you know, I don't particularly like it all that much, and it does cause a lot of drama. On the other hand, there is one thing I like about it. It reminds people that we're playing a war game. I think too many people think they're playing, you know, another game. I don't want to mention games, but like a game that all you do is sit around and farm things, for example, right? Like if that's all you want to do is just sit around, be left alone, not like make any contributions to your alliance, not read alliance chat, never evolve and learn about the game that you're playing. I don't know, man. I'm just going to tell you my opinion. I don't have a lot of pity for you if you get zeroed. I know that may sound a little harsh, but like, and even if you're a new player trying to learn, like at some point we are like, you know, 8 months into this account right now. This state is an older state. If you're not making any effort to learn by now and you join an alliance that didn't make any effort to teach you, like, I don't know, it's trial by fire. I don't know what to say. You know, I mean, I'm not a cruel person, but it's a game. And this game we're playing is a war game. So you gotta figure out somehow, like if it were me, I just think put the shoe on the other foot. If I was just unlucky enough to transfer into an older state, first of all, like you came into an older state, not knowing what I'm doing. and everybody is like, I'm in an alliance where nobody's talking to me, telling me what to do. I would go, in fact, I did that when I started the game. I went and actively sought out another alliance because I realized that this is going nowhere. They're not teaching me anything. Where I'm learning all this other stuff about the game, about what should be happening, and it's not happening. I don't feel connected with the rest of the state. Like, I'm not a super social person either. This game actually taught me to be more social because the social aspect of the game is actually one of the best features in my opinion. So anyways, I know I'm ranting on this a little bit, but it's not that I don't have empathy for the situation, but you have to remember what we're playing here. It is a war game that we're playing, and it is a game ultimately. So at the end of the day, you have to these players need to evolve one way or another. In fact, I feel real bad. Just to tell you another kind of personal story, there is another alliance that was using our name. And 2 months went by. 2 months in a row, I tried to message this player like, hey, the R5, you got to change your name. You got to change your name. And then I started saying, you got to change your name or else I'm going to give you some more motivation to change your name, right? Hinting that I'm going to take some aggressive action. Finally, this brother in arms, I start zeroing him. And all of a sudden I notice he's active. He's putting out the fires and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? So we start messaging him. He doesn't know what he's doing. I guess he's a brand new player, didn't know what he's doing, but he ended up being R5 in Alliance. It's like a shell alliance. He's the only member that's active in it. So we ended up, I had to stop what I was doing. It's too bad I already zeroed him basically, but we got his attention. We brought him into our alliance and said, hey, come on, let us help you. And I went and opened some pouches so that he can get some gems, let us try to help you. And we brought him into our academy and we basically, demolished that alliance that was just an empty shell anyways. And we're helping him out. So, we're not horrible people. The state is not a toxic state. We're a great state. We're all getting along well. But yet I can see if you're on a different side of this game, if you're find yourself in the wrong position and not understanding what's going on, you can have a real weird experience here. So maybe you wouldn't see the same, the lens that I'm seeing of the game. So anyways, this one event is at the heart of all that. And it causes a lot of fracture, people are going to be on one side of this equation or the other. I'm sorry, and you can drop your comments and tell me how you feel about it. I won't take it hard either way, but just realize no matter what side you comment on this, there is another perspective, and it is a game that we're playing. It is a war game we're playing. Just remember that. That's all I'm going to try to say. Just remember that. And it's okay that your opinion's on one side of that or the other. Maybe you need to find a state that is on your side of that opinion. That's what it comes down to. That's the reason state transfers exist. But don't call another state toxic because they're playing the game properly or they're playing the game the way the game was designed to be played. That's not being toxic. It's being toxic is any other thing than that, basically. It's a lot of other things that I'm going to get into in my podcast, but a lot of other things other than that. All right, let's get back to this regular program, regularly scheduled program. Just wanted to kind of drop that out without being too descriptive about all the details. But let's take a look at the event schedule. We do have fishing coming up. Oh, by the way, if you're in the U.S., tomorrow is going to be 4th of July. Happy 4th of July in advance. We're going to try to do our castle, because I'm scanning through. So we're going to try to do our castle as efficiently as possible because everyone in the U.S. just wants this over as soon as possible. We're going to do a castle rotation, internal castle rotation. Again, sign of a healthy state. We're going to use it for a tiny little bit of practice, but nothing major because we all want to be done with it so that we can get on with our 4th of July holiday and spend time with family. So I hope that you're spending some time with your family as well. No matter where you are in the world. So here's what else we have going on, though. We have just, the standard rotation coming up. We got Canyon Clash and Foundry coming up as well, which is always a fun weekend. And then, of course, this will lead into the next weekend where we get into SVS prep and stuff like that, the week that follows. So we're in that kind of state in the rotation. We do have Wild Brawl coming up, which I've learned to have a little fun with, but it's just hard to hit those times. So I'll make sure I try to hit that. And that's all we have going on in the event section. Let's take a look at the standard deals first. I already bought Artisan Strove up as much as I wanted to. Pet chest, we have one more day on it, and there's going to be something I'm spending on, so I'm not going to touch that for tonight. Same with these other ones. I already spent up to them, up to the level that I wanted to spend on. So we'll hit the daily deals quick and see if I can get lucky. Hey, all right, 8. That's pretty good. And then we'll just take these claims quick and get done with these. And move right along. Those are the claims, and those are pretty good value, actually. And and then I already grabbed, I just want to make absolutely sure that I grabbed, I already grabbed the Lunar Ember and Mithril, so we're all set there. The other thing we need to take a look at is the deal section, but essentially we've already done everything that's in there. So already done the crystal reactivation. The monthly card is just a matter of making some more claims, so we're good on that. Wayfair already made the claims on that earlier today when I was running some expert treks. This is going to reset soon. Sign in and earn it. This is looking good. And then we'll just continue to press the rest of this, and Hero Rally's all done. All right, that's the deal section. Now, I guess while I'm still doing spending, I'll do Kasia's shop last. We got this pop-up. Now, I ran this pop-up through, the calculator spreadsheet that I have, and this is actually really good value. It's this at the dollar level. This is like 3 times more. Everything here, it's a kind of a smorgasbord of stuff here. It's a smattering of things. It's fire crystals, shards, and speed ups. And it's actually, this is like 300% worth it as far as my calculations go. So this is worth 3 times what you're paying for it. So that's an easy one. And now at the $3 level, yeah, it did scale. I'm interested. The reason I'm buying this is more about the speed ups. I mean, the fire crystals are nice as well. So the speed ups did go 3 times. We went from $1 to 3, and we went to 3 times. So now we're at $3. And at the $5 mark, it did multiply by 5. So we're actually still doing pretty good on the speed ups. And then it doubled here as well. So this is looking pretty good. That progression to me, as far as the speed ups go, is looking pretty good. So I'll keep buying it. And then it doubled here. So that's good. All right. And then I'll, now the question is, how far do I want to go? It's actually pretty good value still. So, I mean, I see that the value, the percentage up here has dropped, but that to me looks like it's pretty good value. So I just went and did the math on it quick, and this is, the efficiency is kind of dropping down, but we're still at something like 240%. So we went from like 300%, and we're slowly progressing down to less than 300%, but this is like worth, let me see, what did it say? This is worth, at the $50 mark, this is worth like $122 worth of stuff right here, at least. That I didn't even plug in the resources for the meat and all that. So man, I don't know. I don't have enough else to spend tonight. I don't want to keep, I was hoping to actually have a day where I didn't have to spend anything, but it's just hard to look away from this kind of value. Like, it is a smattering of things in here, but that's pretty darn good value. And now when we get up here, it's going to drop off even more. I think I'm going to stop right there, because now if we look at the fire crystals, this is kind of dropping down. Like, the speed ups went up still, and if I wanted it for speed ups, maybe I could grab it. But I'll think about this. I've got another day on this, so I'll let it sit there. I'll let it sit there at the $100 mark for now. If there's nothing else to spend on, maybe I'll grab it tomorrow. But I'm happy with that right now, up to the $85 mark. All right, let's take a look at Kasia's Wish House. Now, I've been studying this a little bit. Of course, we're going to grab this. This is the highest value item in the whole shop, is the daily XP component redemption. Now, after that, it actually gets, I mean, the things that are high value here are the mithril, the daily XP, and then I think this is next, the general hero shards, but I don't need to buy any of those because I'm going to be fine on those. After that, it's almost dead even between any other selection. And they're not the best value available for the item when you convert it to dollars. But, I spent a bunch because I wanted to get the pouches to, to have fun with both the content as well as the alliance, being able to drop pouches and stuff. And it's not like particularly bad value. It's not by a lot. It's like by 3 cents or something like that. It's like a 3-cent difference for the item. So it's pretty close to the best value that you can get. So it's not the best value, but it's a pretty even wash between anything else you can get in the best value. There is an exception though. The charm stuff is just slightly, ever so slightly. It's like 3 cents versus 4 cents per item. So I'm going to buy out the charm stuff basically. So we're going to grab this and we're going to grab this because I have a whole bunch of stuff I want to do for charms. And that puts a little bit more in the tank for charms, and that's looking good because I want to have that bumped up for SVS. Now I only have 525 left, and let's see. I think what I'll do is you can never have too much Lucky Hero Gear chests, so I'll buy those, and I'll just let the 25 sit there and float for the next time. And I think that's all I'm doing for Kasia's Wish House tonight. So let's see. With that done, let's take a look at... Now I don't think... I didn't finish all these. And... yeah, we don't have anything else to do here. Notice the Gear Forge, by the way, I forgot to mention last night. I'm already maxed out on, so there's not much I can do. And Research Center is just, it's just a run up whether I'm going to get randomly lucky or not. So that's all we got going on there. But let's take a look at the backpack quick, and we'll work this right to left. We'll put these in the bank. See if I can get let's try for 2. Can I get 2? Order up. 2, please. Thank you. Hey, all right. I listened. I wish that worked all the time. Maybe I should ask for 3. All right. And then, yeah, I'll take a look at what we're doing here. This is looking good. I know we have War Academy opening up soon. I'm ready for that. But as far as my overall strategy, I just need to start, converting fire crystals basically as soon as I can, and then be ready for SPS, because I don't want to do a whole lot out of SPS. I know some of you said to do that because it kind of will get you along the way, but I don't want to do a whole lot outside of SPS. I really want to try to save as much as I can for SPS. I think I'm looking good on resources though. The only thing I'm a little worried about is steel, but I think there's going to be an opportunity to buy more steel. And then we'll just grab these, put this in the bank, so to speak. Nothing, no luck there. Take a look at the heroes quickly, and just try to get some of that left. Let's see. I guess there's not much else. Yeah, here I can put a little bit more here. Just barely couldn't get to 100. Okay. Oh, just barely. That's fine. But we're looking good as far as hero gear. That's what we got going on there. There is one other thing I wanted to take a look at, and that is the experts. I think pets is fine, but experts, I've just been trying to slowly kind of progress this. And the thing is that we're at a point now where like a lot of my heroes are kind of maxed as far as their affinity is concerned. So, Holger's maxed. Romulus is waiting for SVS to progress him a little bit more. But actually he's at 100, so he's maxed. I'm just waiting for that last bump. And Fabian is I don't have Foundry for a little bit. I mean, we do have one coming up, so maybe I can, but I got to see if there's an opportunity to spend some expert stuff just for minor points. Maybe I will, because he's not a huge amount of points. And then we got Balder and Valeria. So this is the one I really wanted to show. Basically, we look through the rest, like Cyril and Agnes. It's really, Valeria is the one who's going to take the most amount of affinity anyways. And so a lot of, basically between Fabian and Valeria, I just need to keep on pumping in affinity to Valeria, because she's going to take a lot. So, whenever I get the opportunity, I already bumped it in there, but whenever I get the opportunity, it's Valeria who I'm going to be doing more of. And then I just keep on trying to run the skills to try to max them out. Even though I don't have the books, I'm training everything. So if you don't do this, you should be. Even if you don't have all the books, you should still always have something in training so that you can, be ready for it when the books come out. And when you get to the max, you just can't do any more research on it. So you might as well just keep researching something, try to max them all out as far as learning goes. And then when you get the opportunity, when you get the books, then you can up the skill. So that's what we got going on there, but I'm basically going to wait until SVS, for the most part, minor stuff outside of SVS if I can for points, and that's it. Speaking of points, what do we got going on here today? We got combat training. So this is a lot of stuff for troops training. I don't really want to press troops training that much, because the more I press here, the more I'm going to have to do for the T11 upgrade. But so I guess it's Chief Gear is the only way I can do this. So let's do a tiny little bit of Chief Gear and see what happens. Let's see, gear enhancement. So this is 1 notch up. So if I do 1 notch here, just to match them up, and will that give me enough to unlock everything? Just barely not enough. So if I do one more, let's see, where am I going to go? I guess I'll come to this guy here. Just do one more. Still just barely not enough. Still just barely not enough. All right. And then we're going to get, I have to, you know what? Now I'm going to have to convert a little stuff. We'll convert 5 of these. Do one more over here. All right, there. Now that's enough. And that's just enough to clear that basic claim. Just barely enough. So I'm glad that was just barely enough, because I didn't want to do any more than I had to. I want to save as much as I can for SVS. But all right, so that's King of Icefield. And, not bad progress doing stuff like that. I just want to do as much as I can inside of SVS as opposed to outside of SVS. All right, let's see. The last thing I have to do is check out the VIP section. So let's clear that out. Now, I have a decision to make here. What I had been doing is the 100, but that goes real fast, number 1. And number 2, I feel like, personally, I got better luck when I was doing it by, what was it, the 10? I feel like I got better luck at doing it 10 at a time. So usually it was taking me about 160,000 to to get anything. So it was basically 8 spins to get anything. And I think I'm going to do this again, because it still is obvious if you get lucky. If I get one before 8 spins, it's lucky. It's obvious that you got lucky. So let's see what happens tonight. We're going to do, I'm going to clear the bank. I'm going to do as many as I can tonight, because I don't have any other content to show you tonight. So let's clear the VIP bank and see how many more of these puzzle pieces I can get. Let's see if we can get a little lucky. Here we go. So we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. All right, we got it at 60. That was a little luck. So let's try again. Let's see if we can get lucky again. Here we go. 10, 20. Hey, I'll take that any day. That's some nice luck right there. All right, here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right, 80 I'll take, because we've gotten 90 before, and we don't like that. So 80 I'll take. That's kind of the standard. All right, here we go again. 10. Hey, check me out tonight. That is pretty good. All right, I'll take that. All right, here we go again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Oh, come on, give it to me on 80. No, 80. 90. All right, it took 90 that time. So I had one really lucky one. Actually, I had a couple good lucky ones, and then one 90. So, all right, we need less of those and more of the good ones. Let's try it again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Come on, 80. 80. All right, take it. It's better than 90. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Come on, 80. Don't let me down. 80. All right, take it. We'll take it. Here we go again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Come on, 80. 80. All right. Yes, sir. At least that's the not bad luck. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Come on, 80. Don't let me down. 80. Oh, no. 90. 90. Made me go all the way to 90. All right. Here we go. It's probably the last run right here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, it's painful, 70, come on, 80, don't make me go to 90, 80, all right, we're gonna leave it right there. That way I know I'm not, I'm not at the pity reward, or, I'm starting a new run if it is pity reward. So we're gonna leave it right there. I don't know, I feel like that was pretty good luck tonight. What are we looking at? 10 more pieces? Let's submit those bad boys. Ooh, that's suddenly looking a lot closer, isn't it? That's not bad luck tonight. I got 10. That's pretty darn good. I got 10 out of a million, 1.3 million. That's actually pretty good stats right there. That's pretty good. I'm sorry to say that multiple times, but that just smacks me with the cold hard reality that I am 18 away from getting the globe. So it's coming. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. Oh man. All right. Well, that's all the content I got for you tonight. But if you're interested in following this journey and you want to help me out, there's a couple things you could do. Number one, check the Discord link in the video description. You can come and join the community there. Also, check the link to the new podcast that I'm working on. If you're interested in that, or you have a story you think might be interesting to tell, reach out to me, submit a story. I think it's going to be a really fun project. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. The other thing is super simple, and a lot of people don't realize how effective it is, how much it actually helps me. All you got to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll be the first to know about it. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.